And talked about Sarah about let's see what your opinion is the whole idea of this being a prison planet and that we are somehow uh, slaves or prisoners and that our energy is being fed off or something like that. And this that idea is uh, that means that's our purpose. And so then the whole idea of enlightenment, how does that fit into being in a prison planet? So as opposed to a prison planet, what if this is like some kind of cosmic university and that everything isn't by accident and that you don't have enemies, you just have challenges. And perceived enemies work on your fear. And I always heard this acronym that fear is false evidence appearing real, which I think is kind of interesting. But to me, what fear is not knowing. And, so when you don't know what's going on, when you don't know the result of something or the cause of something, that causes fear. And so a prison planet idea completely revolves around fear. And what if that's kind of like, if that's the ruse for this cosmic classroom, this cosmic university? And you're supposed to kind of figure that out, that, oh, this is all purpose. That if, like when I go to school, like especially like even high school, before the school started, you went in and you picked your classes because you knew what the requirements you had to meet to be able to graduate. So you picked the classes for like especially in college, you pick the classes for the 4 years that'll get you to that final goal of what you want to graduate. So what if that's what fate is? And that it's like we all are part of our own fate. We're part of creating our own fate. And we do that to give ourselves the experiences that we need to complete the course. And so to me, that would kind of make sense, of what fate is, and it's like, and how you don't have free will. It's like when you go to school, you can choose the classes, but you can't choose what's being taught to you. You don't have free will of what the lessons are. And so I kind of look at, well, maybe that's how this is, that you have free will to design your fate, or you're part of that designing of your fate. But then when you actually experience life, you don't have say in how the lessons are taught. Therefore, you don't have free will. Things have to happen in order for you to learn what you need to learn. I don't know. To me that just kind of makes sense. That kind of it it would make sense of why things happen the way they do, and especially like bad things, if you want to call them bad things, or painful emotional things. Why does God allow bad things to happen? Well, because it's the only way to experience certain emotions. You don't. Nobody will voluntarily experience grief. It's not like something you just go out and, oh, I want to feel this. It happens to you so that you can experience it, and you experience it, with your full being. I think that's with every emotion. So then if this is not, if we're not prisoners, or these pawns being used for our energy, you know, feeding off of our fear, uh, then then what are we here to do? I mean, what's the point? I mean, if this is like this cosmic classroom or this cosmic university, what are we here to do? Well, that's kind of what came to me when I had an epiphany that caused this awakening. And what it told me, what kind of was revealed to me, was about love, and it was something I couldn't define. And the kind of definition that came to me was that love was every feeling that you can possibly feel, felt to its highest point, felt all at the same time. It's kind of like it's the grandest of emotions. It's all emotion. And to me, it's just kind of like it kind of made sense that we're here to experience emotions, and we experience emotions. You know, but what came to me was this: like the zodiac, how that played into this. That the zodiac is like it's like a course catalog, and each of the houses of the zodiac represents different emotions, and so there's so many different emotions in each house, and once you experience all those, this would suppose reincarnation, um, to experience all these emotions. And I think there's a finite amount of or number of emotions, but an infinite combination of emotions that we can feel and experience. So, like with the zodiac, so what if this is why you can tell somebody a little bit about somebody's personality because of their horoscope or the zodiac, is because it's the class you're in. It's the emotions that you're learning in that class, and people on the opposite side of the zodiac would be experiencing the opposite of those emotions. So, and I think we go around the whole zodiac until we've experienced every emotion to the nth degree. And this is what made me believe in, or I don't know, but really kind of consider reincarnation. To experience terror to the nth degree, the highest you could ever feel terror. I would think you would know your life is going to end, and it ends. I think that's the most terrified you could ever be. And the reason you would have to do that is to experience something to its fullest, is to know it. But so to experience despair to the nth degree, maybe despair, it'd be like you're just so empty, just feel so much despair that life is not worth living. You take your own life. Well, I think that would be like the nth degree that you would feel that. So how could you how could you end your own life and have your life ended in the same lifetime? You couldn't. But if you incarnated into a new body to experience, then it could be possible. And I think if love is the thing that we're supposed to come here to learn, it's like the grandest thing in the universe. It's the creative force of the universe. It's what we use to create life. It's what I think it's just the energy of creation. And I don't think you can learn that in one lifetime. I don't see how. It's like the very nature of the Creator, God, is love, and that's why, like, it's weird that love is just like everybody just talks, oh, love, 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 love. Jesus is love, but nobody knows what it is. Nobody can really say what love is. I've never heard about anybody say what it is, and it's really interesting. It's kind of like an undefinable, but there's a definition to it. At least I've got a definition to it. Is it the definition? I don't know, but it sure kind of makes sense. It's like, see, here's the thing. If love is all emotion, then hate, which is an emotion, is part of love. So what would be the opposite of love then? Well, if love is all emotion, the opposite of that would be no emotion. So what came to me would be logic or reason. would be the opposite of love. And what you have there is a balance thing. You have the law, which is just kind of like, it's like the boundaries within like the boundaries that you can operate in this space. That's what the law is. It's not like a punishment. It's just like, it's the parameters that you can operate in this universe. And then love is the energy to create. And if it creates within those laws, if it's used within those laws, then it's used for creation. But love that's not complete will be used for destruction. Because when it's incomplete, that means each emotion is still, it hasn't, we haven't experienced them all. We haven't put it together yet. So I think what we do is we experience all these emotions, and then we come to lifetime where we experience them all, but not to the nth degree, but to remind us, and that's like this point of empathy where we're feeling these feelings. And I think the next stage is when we start to understand those feelings, and that's the point of compassion. So compassion is understanding what we feel. And if we understand what we feel ourselves, we understand what other people feel. Because we all share the same feelings. If we didn't, movies wouldn't work. You know, you go to a comedy because we share those things that make us laugh. We share those emotions. You go to a love story, and we know it's a love story because we share those emotions that are being projected on the screen. We share them. Different things will trigger emotions, but the emotions itself we all share. I mean, what I feel is anger. We all feel the same anger. Just things will trigger that. Different things trigger that anger. But anger is felt the same. That's why you know somebody's angry when you see them, because we all feel it the same. So that's my idea, that this is a cosmic university and not a prison. And what enlightenment is when you graduate from university, ready to go on to your master's now. I don't think it doesn't end. It doesn't stop. I mean, why? So it's like people, they talk about enlightenment like it's like that's the end goal. It's not. That's just like, oh, I get it. You know, and we find you can finally live, you know, within the law and according to, you know, use that energy of love for creation. What do you think of this idea? I'd love to know what people think. Leave a comment if you want. Take care, Seekers.